We've got one of those. We've got Alex Salmond. He is. People are finding it difficult to see past. It's a decision between two guys, Alex Salmond and David Cameron, and they're both pretty difficult to like. They're difficult to warm to. Alex Salmond, he looks as if there's something else behind it. He looks as if maybe he got a knockback off an English girl on holiday when he was 15, and she broke his heart, and that's what's fueled this entire campaign. The referendum's on a Thursday. That will be a horrible weekend for him if that's a no vote. He'll get spotted somewhere that Sunday night in Edinburgh, walking through with his shirt ripped, steaming, booting wing mirrors off cars. Claudia! You fucking cow! You got what you wanted! At least Alex Salmond looks like shite. I will say that for him. At least he looks terrible. David Cameron, he looks a bit fresh for the amount he must have on his mind if you're cutting the benefits of the poor and the taxes of the rich as easy as that. He doesn't look as if he sleeps like a baby, that guy. He's big, fresh, steam room faced. He doesn't have dreams that he's getting chased and he can't run and he's shouting for help and his teeth are flying out. Waking his wife up going, "Ah!" Oh, that's it. My surname's Cameron. That's what he said. I like his speeches. And he goes, "Scotland, I love Scotland. You put the great in Great Britain. My surname's Cameron, of course." You can't just recklessly flaunt your surname like that and not expect the inevitable interrogation. I said, "Sorry, Prime Minister, you said your surname's Cameron. Do you know Richie Cameron? Stevie Cameron? Oh, Sandra Cameron's boy? No, sorry, mate. I just... Anyway, continue. Hey, Cammy boy, hey, surname's Cameron. The Camzarito. Have we got any young people in? Give me a cheer if you're under 18. Yes, how old are you? It's not that difficult a question, sir. You're not trying to buy bevy here, just answer. Try to remember a date. How old are you? 20. 22. Is that young in Scotland? Have you checked the life expectancy figures? No, have we got any 16-year-olds in? Yes, well, I don't mean to sound a bit fucking creepy there. That's but can you tell what it is yet? I don't mean to sound well, I just realised when you hear yourself shouting, have we got any 16-year-olds in? Rolf Harris, I don't think anybody's seen it. You can see it in retrospect. I can see it now. We've got Jimmy Savile. Look at that guy. I don't remember him from back in the TV days. I was too young. I just look at pictures of him these days. Was everybody smoking crack back in the day? Fucking look at him. If I was to draw a pedo... If somebody said to me, "Hey, Jans, you can draw us a wee pedo there, Kev." I'd be going, aye. Big pedo glasses, there we go, big pedo cigar, pedo teeth. How did he get away with that when he was alive? That should have been the court case. You've done something, mate. Fucking look at you. Get in jail. As soon as you tell 16-year-olds they can do something legally, the novelty's gone. They no longer want to do it. I preferred back in the day when you couldn't vote at 16. Remember that? Underage voting. They were the days. When you used to hang out outside the polling station, waiting for an old guy, ask him if he'll go in and vote for you. The memories. Everybody go, "Excuse me, mate, any chance you could vote for us?" What? Old guys looking about, kind of shifty. "All right, mate, what you after?" I'll go in. Getting home to your mum and dad and they're going, "You've been fucking voting." "Don't lie to me, Kevin, you've been voting. If I find out and you're not telling me now, I'll be even angrier." "Honestly, Dad, I've not been voting." They're going to end up like your cousin Fraser, a prick. It's a slippery slope, that's politics. There's going to be a record number of spoilt ballot papers if we're letting 16-year-olds vote. People going through them, and Nicola Sturgeon loves the Bobby. Somebody. I will put that as a no. See, I was invited to do a talk
at my old school, right? I was invited because I'm an example, right? I'm an inspiration to these dweebs, right? I get invited. Right? And I thought it was going to be a laugh, right? But it was a serious talk. It's all the head boys, all the prefects with the badges, kids who would have been fucking finished at my time at school, right? The big perm, I'm the head boy, Cav. Just want to say. And they were asking me questions, right? It was a Q&A. I was like, all right, fucking better take this pretty serious. And the kid, he started off by asking me what kind of child I was at school. And I told him, I was honest. I told him I was quite a nervous child. I used to worry. I was anxious. I was overweight. I got called names. I got called fatty. Fatty boom boom. Chunk. Chubba. And the kid never laughed. He was deadly serious. And he said, oh, so fat shaming existed when you were at school. And that is when you realise how rapidly time is moving. I'm telling these kids about the 90s as though it was the fucking Victorian era. He's asking me if people were fat-shamed at school in the 90s. I'm fucking fat. You get fat-shamed. You get skinny-shamed, specky-shamed, spotty-shamed, ginger-shamed, buck-teeth-shamed, dog breath-shamed, big ears-shamed. Your dad's an alky, shamed. Your mum would get it, shamed. Adidas four-stripe trainers, shamed. And you had to accept it, or you got canny take a shaming, shamed. It was part of the fucking curriculum in the 90s, taking a right good shaming. I used to get shamed every day. Fatty, chunk, chubba. I used to have having to do the thruffle shuffle in PE just to win over the crowd. But there was always somebody fatter than me. I sought comfort in that. There was somebody even fatter than me at school who never, ever got called fatty boom boom because they were so fucking fat. That anybody who mentioned it was committing a serious offence. Parents would be called to the school if you called this big fucking Eddie Stobart fatty boom boom. This manatee was allowed to sit at the back of the classroom with nobody to comment, just big. Literally, the elephant in the room here. Sitting in French, the teacher thinks he's mastered the accent. Mi petit déjeuner. Skill could be brutal, right? I was anxious, right? I don't think I would be a comedian if I was not an anxious kid, because I would have passed my exams, right? I remember forgetting how to spell the word who during an exam, because I get myself worked into such a frenzy about how much this exam was going to define my entire life. I'm writing this essay, I'm flying through it. He had wanted to know who, and I came to the word who, and who? Come on, Kev, fucking write who, man. Come on, who? How the fuck do you spell who? Who? H. Is H in it? A W at the start is so far from your mind, right? Well, it's definitely not going to be a W at the start because it's who. It's no wah-ho. And then you start overthinking it and it's a downward spiral. Kev, you need to write who, mate. Come on, this is far too long to be spending on the word who. He had wanted to know who. H-O. Kev, that's going to be how. You need to write who. The guy never wanted to know how. He wanted to know who. Fucking write who, Kev. Kev, fucking who, mate. Come on, Kev. Everybody else is writing, Kev. Look at that exam clock. The minute hand's fucking accelerating, Kev. You're stuck on the word who. You're going to be a junkie, Kev. You're going to be a junkie. Calm down, Kev. Get that voice out your head. You're going to be a junkie. Junkie, I'm not going to be a junkie. Fucking spell who then, junkie boy. Junkie. Come on, Kev. Just fucking settle down, mate. H. Right, you've got H. Right, let's get who. H-O. You've got ho. You need to get U on the end of ho. So how could I make ho? H-O-E. That's a garden tool, junkie boy. Get that voice in your head, that is doing you no favours here. H-O-E, H-O-O. He had wanted to know ho. We'll fucking send you to a different school if you hand that in, Kev. He had wanted to know ho. Is that what you want, Kev? Going fucking pheasant beating with Chrissy Schenkel every weekend? Probably, by definition, right, I'm a millennial, right, but an older millennial. I can relate to both worlds, right? I still remember a childhood without the internet, right? No, when you had to make up your own games. I'm probably the last generation who will remember a childhood without the internet. Will remember having to learn how to be bored. Right, just going a fucking walk, just being you, just picking a fucking leaf off a hedge and just crushing it, just going a fucking walk. Just making up your own games, picking up a stone and thinking to yourself, if I don't hit that cable box, my whole family are going to die. Remember that game? The happiest days of your life, just... Right, you missed it, Kev. Best of 3, come on. Hours. Your mum shouting you in for your dinner. I'm trying to save everybody's life here. But then I remember getting the internet at first. That was exciting, right? And it was just something that you plugged in, and then as soon as you unplugged it, it was gone, right? It never dominated people's social time, never ruined people's mental health. It was just the internet. You would get on it for an hour, sit on a chat room. We were the original vile online trolls. I'm talking to an American guy. There's a guy in America, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to him. This is fucking amazing. You are a dick. Just called an American guy a dick. No, he's in America. I'm here. Just called him a dick. The guy replied. The guy's replied. Where you at, motherfucker? Where you at? I'm at your mum's house, mate. This is fucking brilliant, isn't it? MSN Messenger. Like, that was the very first... That was the original social media, right? And that were easier days. If somebody asked you to send a photograph of yourself on MSN Messenger, sorry, I don't have a scanner. Right? It was simpler time. You never had kids becoming image obsessed because only about 12 photographs of you existed in the 90s. You're not going to send one of them to a girl you're talking to online. This is me and my dad on a pedalo in Mallorca. An hour goes by, only 17% of the photograph has downloaded down the screen. Trying to keep the conversation going whilst looking at the top 17% of you and your dad. Just on your wee plastic tube round your neck where you kept your potatoes. I'll send the rest later. My mum has to use the house phone. I'm quite new to Instagram. I know it's a bit old school. I just joined up recently. I never knew how it worked. My wife's on Instagram, and I was on my wife's page, and there's a picture of my wife with this stunning guy. And I was like, who the fuck is that? Then I looked closer, and it was me. Right, I was a solid 10. I was smoking. And I said to my wife, how did you manage to get that out of this? And she said, oh, I just used a filter. And I never knew that's what Instagram is. Just turning munters to rides in one click. One click. And we looked amazing. This is what we're selling, people. Everybody does the same. If you're somewhere shite, you can just take the pictures and make it look good and convince me. Me and my wife are standing on a romantic city break. We're in front of some ancient building. And I'm looking at the picture and the memories are coming back. And I'm thinking, we never spoke a fucking word that afternoon on that wee romantic mini break. That is the harsh reality of a real relationship. The romantic mini break. It's good for maybe a day, and then day 2, you realise you've signed up for a school trip as adults, having to put a wee itinerary together, going to look at more buildings, having to read placards, visit abandoned prisons, having to look at statues, just killing time between meals. Fucking hell, another gallery, another museum. Scared to look at the time, far too early to suggest an Irish bar, Kev, far too early. Wait, it's only 11:30, Kev, don't you dare suggest a €9 Heineken at Dicey O'Reilly's. Come on, Kev, you've got one more gallery, Kev. And then what happens on a romantic mini break, maybe day 2 or day 3, a silence descends between you and your partner, a silence from nowhere. You'll be aware you're being a bit quiet yourself, and you're also aware your partner has been a bit quiet, but you know, if you're the first one to accuse the other one of being a bit quiet, you know you're lighting a fuse there that could ignite and combust into a weekend-defining argument. So what I have learned, one more bit of advice, what I have learned is when you feel that silence descend between you and your partner, start making comments. Start saying shit. Say any old shit. Just get shit said. Start building yourself a case. Start saying shit that you can later rely on as evidence for when you're accused of being the one being quiet. And then when it does eventually come to the hearing, you storm in there with your body of evidence. Me, I'm being quiet. I fucking hardly shut up. And what have you said? What have I said? As soon as we left the hotel, I said I wish I grabbed a pan au chocolat from the breakfast buffet, because I usually get hungry about 11. You said fuck all back, 1-0 to me, straight away. Then we passed Darren's bar. I said we should take a photograph and send it to Darren, cheer him up a bit, because he's having a hard time. Know that you would give a fuck different if it was one of your pals. And then on the promenade, the guy on the Segway came past us, and I told you the guy who invented the Segway apparently died by segwaying off a cliff. That is a strong conversation piece. I go, fuck all. Then I told you how many people there's ever been. 4 now, 118 billion. That is fascinating. What's your name, mate? The guy with the Hugo. What's your name? Owen. Again, a lot of originality in the names. Owen. Man, how old are you, Owen? 17. A youngster. Wow, it's good that I'm still getting the youth along. That is scary. And at age, it's a number, isn't it? And you worry, we've got a few older people in, but it's subjective, age. I believe you're young for as long as people laugh when you fall in public. You're young. Right? In my opinion, that is the only accurate gauge for the ageing process. Thank you. I learned this. I tripped over a curb and I would try to resist the momentum, and I eventually hit the deck. And upon impact, I heard laughter, and I looked over, and there was a van full of workmen, and one of them was even performing a full-on wanker sign going, "Way!" And it was embarrassing until I thought about it a bit deeper, and I thought, no, Kev, enjoy these moments. Enjoy this, Kev, because there'll come a time when you'll have a similar fall. You'll hit the deck and you'll not hear laughter, you will not see the wanker sign or hear the way. You'll hear, okay, sir, what's your name, sir? Sir, can you hear me? He's not responding, sir. I'm just going to try and move you, sir, okay? That must be a terrifying moment for any senior figure. Being forced to confront your own mortality in such a crass circumstance. So next time you see an old person who's fell, just bear that in mind. Before you rush over there, asking for emergency contact details, just know there might be a young soul in inside that decaying mammal. There may be a young soul. And if you rush over, that young soul could vanish forever. Whereas a wee wanker say, hey! Make that old man feel alive.
I wish I got that in video, mate. Hey! I'm noticing people in senior positions are younger than me for the first time. That's a new one, isn't it? Politicians, football managers are younger. Jesus. He was 33 when he died. That makes me feel old. Wow. Jesus would have been 3 years below me in school. Wow. I don't know if I can worship him. He's a wee guy, man. He'd get put in a headlock. Jesus! Turn that Capri Sun into wine Jesus so you're getting away. Running up behind him and kicking his sandals off under his feet. Well, he was ripped. Jesus, I don't think he gets enough credit for the shape he was in. Anytime I'm in Mass and I just kind of daydream, it always strikes me when you see Jesus on the cross. He had a six-pack. He never touched the bread at that wedding. No way did he put starchy carbs in that wee welterweight frame of his. He'd be on Instagram if he came back doing fitness tutorials. At JCPT, standing. Only my dad can judge me, tattooed.